friends, it is Ann coming to you on a Monday evening. Hey, my name is Ann. I'm the proprietor of Whimsically Naughty, and I welcome you to my page. If you are new, please let me know that it is your first time. If you're watching on replay, don't forget to do hashtag replay. I'd like to know if you've been here, watched, and what you think. So I'd like to interact with you. We are going to work on 3 tags this evening, and I will turn you down and I'll pull up my iPad real quick because I have my phone turned backwards, and that way I will be able to see comments. Because if I have it the right way, hey Sherry, I can see comments, but when I have it backwards, I cannot see any comments. There we go. I am going to slip on my apron real quick because it just fell behind me, and I normally have it on already, but I was trying to get some things up here from downstairs and got a little sidetracked. Imagine that. That don't ever happen to you guys, right? You don't ever get sidetracked. These tags came from Essential Stencil. They do not have them anymore, but you can find similar tags at other places. I know Miller's Rustic Sawmill sells some. That is Melissa Miller. She is the ambassador with Essential Stencil. These are from Craft Deals. They are the same size as far as the size is concerned. The thickness is just the difference. This is the Essential Stencil one, and this one is the one from Craft Deals. These are really good quality. Thickness is good. So you can get these in a 6-pack from Craft Deals. Don't forget to use an ambassador code. I believe Cindy with Berry Jam Crafts, you can use hers. And Melissa Bradshaw, Youngman. She has not been a Youngman in a while. With Junk and Craft Treasures, they have codes for craft deals where you can save at checkout. So you can check both of them out. I pre-painted these with a off-white color from Country Chic, and I cannot remember the color. I've also sanded them, and they are a little bit roughly painted. They are not perfectly painted, and I've done that on purpose. I did not list the stencils I am using, and I apologize. I could put that in the comments later. We will use the 3 from this Valentine set, and we'll use all 3 from this cool St. Patrick's Day set. And check this St. Patrick's Day out. Hey, Miss Bonnie, thanks for sprinkling, for spreading out the whimsy. Thank you so much. If you check, they have a bundle with the St. Patrick's Day and the Mardi Gras available. All of January is free shipping, and the bundle is discounted. You can get the individual stencils as well, but you can also, let's see, the bundle, free shipping. They have 3 tiers where you can earn a gift card. $60 plus, $90 plus, and $120 plus. You can earn a $10, a $20, or $30 gift card. Just saying. So, or store credit. This is just wax from Country Chic. I just bought a little wax thing, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the edges. I am not going to do the middle too much. I just want to do the edges. So I am just going to chippy the edges up. That's why I went ahead and painted this. And if I get more on the middle or some in the middle, I am okay with that. That is not a big deal. I am doing those sides because I am going to do both sides. We are going to try. I am very ambitious this evening. So get comfortable, settle in. We will be here a while. Get your favorite drink. If you're new to me and you want to be notified when I go live, ! notify will let you know when I'm hopping on. Right now, I'm going to try my best to come live at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. The rest of the week, it'll be hit and miss. I cannot promise a certain time due to my husband's doctor's appointments. Like for instance, we got one tomorrow afternoon that was made today. So I am just gonna hop on when I can. I will probably try to keep it at 6:30 Eastern Standard Times in the evenings. So that way it will be a little bit of a consistency. And I do apologize that I cannot promise you to come on at certain times, but with his random appointments, it is getting more and more difficult. And sometimes I might do 2 lives, sometimes I might do 3 lives a week. So we'll just have to see what happens and go from there. And I appreciate your grace and hanging in there with me. And it's not that I don't want to see you. I want to craft with you. I want to help you. I want to teach you things. I want to do fun things with you. So we'll get there. Let's see what else. !ES will take you to the ES Essential Stencil. ES is Essential Stencil page. So you can look there to see what is on sale, what is, what's going on, all the cool things. I'm going to go over the middle a little bit. And I hope I did all the sides, all the edges, and I got everything done. Put this back up in here. I did not get my Chippy tool out, so I'm going to have to get that here in just a moment. Alright, one side is going to be in pinks, the other side is going to be in greens, and for the pink side I chose Royal Fuchsia, Strawberry, all of these are by Deco Art, and Petal Pink. If you want to save on brushes and not use so many brushes, start with your lightest color first, and then you can just use the same brush to do your other colors. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to start with my Petal Pink. And then I am going to go to the next color and the next and the next. I just wet my brush a little bit to make this paint glide easier. I am not sure how I'm going to do the sides, haven't decided yet. So I'm trying not to get any pink on the sides, but you know how that goes. I'm probably also gonna sand some of this back. And I did paint the inside of the hole because I do like to get that finished as well. And that's pretty much all I know for right now. Oh, you guys want to know my code? My code for ES is WK21. Hey Donna, hey Trisha. Yes, prayers for your dear friend Mary. She's had health wrong for over a year now, and she's down to, oh my goodness. Prayers going up, my dear. know you always ask for prayers on my channel, on my page. That's what I love about us right here. We are always able, willing to pray for one another. And if these colors mix, you know, it is okay. I wanted to be distressed anyhow. So don't fret, don't stress. And I'm probably just gonna make the sides a little bit with a brown tone, a little distress. I'm not sure yet. We'll get there when we get there. And as you can tell, I'm not even fully painting it. I want to be able to distress it. So I'm okay if it is. Oh, come on, I don't want to get any more paint out if I don't need to. There we go, that's good enough. And this strawberry is wild. It is definitely, whoa. That needs to be shook up just a tad bit more. I thought I had shook it up already. If that ever happens to you, just get your paper towel and soak all that yuckiness up. That's why it is always good to go ahead and just put it on a paper plate. Get my muscle workout. Who knew that you can craft and exercise at the same time? Oh, in case I forgot to say it, you can do exclamation mark code and get the my code in case you forget. That looks so pretty together. We are keeping it fairly simple. Watch me drop this. It would not be good. Dropping it is not an option. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. Concentrating. There we go. I was going to stick that in my bucket. I don't think I need it anymore. Let's dry this side up. I am also, if we have time, gonna make a little bow to put on there, like a little rag bow. Nothing fancy, nothing big, special. This one is still really wet. I thought about doing crackle, but I really didn't want to do the crackle. So we are just gonna do the chippy look. And I want it mainly on the outside because in the middle is where our sayings are going to go. And I chose February 14th. Be mine and love you more. This one here is still a little wet. Turn around and get my little chippy tool. This is my multi-hurt somebody tool. And everywhere that we put the wax, it resisted the paint and it will come off. And I even have some of the brown from the original color of the pine come through. And see right here in the middle, not much is coming up because we didn't put much in the middle. We'll do the sides. A little bit more down here. I must not have put too much down at the bottom. We'll take our sander. And then we have our first Chippy. I gotta be careful. I get a little bit too strong with it and I'll actually scrape off some of the wood. I'm a little headstrong sometimes. Must be my German nature. I really do want a little bit more on here. So let me see if I cannot just add a little bit of scratches in here. And make sure we don't get too much pink on the other side. Get that pink over here real quick. A little pink won't hurt the green on the other side. Last one. And I'll clean that up. It's so funny that it is going, you know, chipping more on one side than the other. Must not have put much on this side. See, I'm gonna do it the hard way. I'm just gonna scrape some of that paint off. Put our tool up. Sand the edges. And we will add a little bit of the wax. The dark wax. Get the pink off of this side. Off the bottom. Let's clean this mess up real quick before we go to our next steps. We don't want no pinks in here. And I have a trash can down here, so don't think I'm just scraping it onto the floor. We do have a trash can. Hello, Carlene. I am closing my booth in March. Oh man, notifications ain't working. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, that's not good. That's not helpful when you set up something and it isn't working. I'm going to go ahead and do the green on the other side. That way we've got all the colors out of the way. And these are the greens. Lush green. Avocado green. And celery green. Again, if you do it in order from light to dark, you can use one brush. I'll make sure I shook this up really good this time. I'm getting my workout today, ladies. Whew. Same thing, I'll just wet my brush a little bit. And I chose not to do really bright greens. I know St. Patrick's Day is normally a brighter green than this. But I was okay with not using a big bright green. I wanted more muted colors for the greens. I got way too much paint. And again, I am going to keep using the same brush. This one is Lush Green. Let's see if I can get, I've got an older bottle here. Let's see if I can get the rest of it out. And I know this is going to mix with the color. I'm okay with that. I want it chippy. I want it distressed. You can even use that tool that I just used and hammer a little nicks in it and just make it really distressed. I want this to look like they've been around for a while. Last one is the avocado green. And again, these tags I still had left from Essential Stencil when they sold tags. You can get tags at Melissa Miller's with Miller's Rustic Sawmill. She's an ambassador with Essential Stencil. You can also get them from Craft Deals, and I'll show you what the one from Craft Deals looks like here in just a moment. It is just a little bit thinner, but it works just as well. And if you would like for Essential Stencil to bring these tags back, let them know. Let them know that you missed them, that you would like for them to carry these. Put that brush in the water. You got notified? Well, that's strange. Oh, thank you, Carlene. You are such a sweetheart. Check and see if your notifications are on. I don't remember how to do it, to be honest with you. But anytime Facebook does an update, go in and check to see if your notifications are still turned on. I think you have to click the 3 dots. Thank you, Carlene. Miss Bonnie, does anybody else in here know how to check, what to check? I want to say it's the 3 dots, and you got to click that you want to be notified. Now, the possibility Facebook's put that in a different place entirely. And see, I am not too worried that the colors is not solidly on here. It's like, what am I looking for? I'm going to try to just stay on here. That's what I thought. What is my... This is the one from Craft Deals, which is nice. I mean, both sides are nice. The hole is a lot smaller, but that's okay. I'm okay with a smaller hole. Size-wise, they are the same. It's just thicknesses, and I don't mind this thickness. I don't see anything wrong with it. These could, on my wobbly table, they won't. These could stand on their own. But that is about the only difference. Alright, this Chippy didn't work too good. Well now. It's interesting. I must have put an extra amount on this section right here. Top a little bit. Getting the chippy off the other side. Again, I'm going to sand. I'm trying to get the sides really good. I am going to leave it even though it has a big chunk missing. If we don't like it, we can always add some more paint to it. I have to see what I want to put on this one to see if I need to change anything up. Get rid of this mess real quick. Finish chipping this, and then I'll look to see which one I'm putting on there. Well, the greens don't want to chip as good as the maybe I didn't put enough wax on here. Okay, we'll just make our own chippy. We'll just add a little extra chippy. It feels so smooth. I think they look pretty good. All chippied up. Time to the trash. Last one. Now this one is chipping a little bit better. Maybe I didn't put enough wax on there. Sometimes it can be operator error too, you know. Might not be holding my tool correctly. But we're going to get it done. can put chippies wherever we want to. Just have to press a little bit harder. Like I said, if you want gouges or anything in there, you can hammer it with this tool and you can get all kinds of chippiness in here. Distressed look. I got an Amazon package today that they put in the mailbox. A little small, little envelope, nothing major. And my husband said, they sent you an envelope. And I'm like, what do you mean they sent me an envelope? There was nothing in it. It wasn't even sealed. It had the label on there, but the package was open. There was no merchandise in it. And I'm like, it went from wherever it came from all the way through with nothing in it. Nobody realized that there wasn't anything in this package. I was laughing. I was like, this is just ridiculous. So I had to call them and they was going to refund it. But I just thought that was funny. And I'm like, seriously? There was nothing in it. Not a thing. These are smooth as butter, ladies. They look good. They already look chippy or aged. There's the green. And that's how quickly we got that done. Even with our chippy misfit. And this is a cake board that I'm using right now to craft on. I think it is a good surface to use. Alright, let's start with the pinks. Make sure I don't have no greens in here. Let's see. Be mine and February 14th. Yep, that'll look good. I am going to tape it. And I am going to use Baby Blush. And I'm going to use my 5/8 inch brush. Did I not put any wax on the green? I thought I'd done them both back to back. Well, maybe that's why it didn't chippy. I thought I'd done them both at the same time, you know, one side and then the other side. Maybe I didn't. That would explain it. That's funny. I wouldn't doubt it, ladies. way too wet. We need to offload. I use a napkin, paper towel, brown paper bag, a cereal box, all kinds of things. The materials you get in your boxes, the brown paper, that works really well. And I just lightly go over it. We don't want to have bleed. Even though I have it taped, I always hold it just in case my tape moves. Quick dry, and then I'm going to go back over it again. I'm just going to the offload spot, pick up some more, and offload again. That way we have a good solid coat. It is better to use little and second coat than too much and you have bleed. And these tags, you can hang them on the door. You can get one of those little suction cup hangers. Hang them in your window, like your kitchen window. It bleeds every single time. Man, that is crazy. Do you apply too much pressure maybe? See, when I swirl, I do, when my brush is loaded, and I take off as much as I need to, and I hold my stencil, I do very light motion, just very light over top. When my brush gets less paint and less paint on it, I press a little bit harder, but not too much. Well, see, right now I still have plenty of paint in my brush. And then I dry it, and then I apply my second coat. And I still have plenty on here, but now I can press a little bit harder because I have more of the paint is in the upper part of the bristles, so I can press a little bit more. But I'm still not squishing down. I'm still only gliding. And I go right and left. Now, if I have very intricate pattern, something that is like the angel wings that has a lot of bridges, I tend to either go with the stencil or I stipple, which is the up and down motion. Be mine. So we have Love You More, Be Mine. And February 14th. Load our brush back up again. Hold it, lightly over top, hardly any pressure. And I do big swirls. Swirl right, swirl left. That way you get everything. Dry it. You probably do push too hard, and that is a tendency when you see that your brush is dry, you want to push harder. But it's better to just do a light coat and then come back and do another coat than to press and get bleed. And see, now we can do our second coat. And when you heat it up to dry it, just wait a moment. Yeah, just keep pressing, you'll get it. Wait a moment until it cools down before you go on here with your brush again. I sometimes am a little bit hasty and I'll go on here, and that is not good. See, right now my paint is running out. I don't have nothing left in there, so I'm gonna go load it back up. And very lightly go over it. These would also look good in as bow fillers in a bow. Now we got those three. I don't know the angles. I can't tell whether I'm going to dry these real quick before I do the other side. Thank you. I love the colors. I just think they look really good together. And you can almost make them like a little banner. Hang them up. And you could hang them on a string and glue them like this. Just put a string on there and then just glue them slightly. Lots and lots and lots of options. And here's our St. Patrick's Day. I really love the words. They have word stencils in the Mardi Gras and the St. Patrick's Day package. I love word stencils because you can use them for so many different things. I really don't decorate for neither one of these holidays, but this would be just enough. And this is the Shamrock and Shamrock mini tags, and then the other one was Love mini tags. I am gonna get a wipe out to put my brush in. I'm getting some new supplies in to play with. I've got the Pen Art Fine Line Crackle in today. I didn't get it in time to use because otherwise I would have used it tonight. But I didn't get it in time. Okay, we've got to look on this one. I think this one might work on here. Because we've got the big open. That one might not be bad. Because we got this big spot right here, so we gotta use something. Yeah, I think we're gonna use this one. I think this one will work, because then we can still fix that spot if we need to. So that one's going here. That one here and this one here. And I'm just going to use my small one. I do I have I do have another 5/8. I can just use my other 5/8. And these we are going to do in light buttermilk. Luck of the Irish. Anybody have Irish descendants in their family tree? I don't. I'm just German. No Irish, just German. That I know of anyway. My husband thinks he might have a little bit of Irish in his family tree. Again, same thing. We're gonna put it on, dry it, and put another coat on. Okay, it is getting dry. I'm just going to go to the offload spot, pick up a little bit more, and you'd be surprised how much paint you can find in your offload spot, even on here. There's Lucky. I love that one with the clovers. Those are clovers and not shamrocks. Now there's both. There's clovers and shamrocks on here and heart. That's pretty cool. Clover, shamrock, and heart. There's a shamrock and there's a heart. I had to make sure I was putting it on the right way, but it is, I double checked. I just think this looks really cool, having that little dandelion with all the shamrocks and clovers. Should make that little heart gold. That would look cool. A little bit more paint. Whoa. Last one, gold this way. That's what it says, gold this way. Load the brush. was hoping we had enough time to do the little bows. Hey, Wendy. Wow, German, Scottish, and Welsh. Wow, that's awesome. He was born on St. Patrick's Day. How awesome. You've got Irish on your mom's side. Polish. Look at us. We're all Irish and Scottish. That is awesome. I didn't wait until this was cooled off. That is so cool. Little Bristol's got American, Mexican, German. Let's dry all of these up real quick. This one is a little bit hard to read. Might need to go a tish darker on that one. Let's see if this will help it out. I try to do the same colors. I think this one is the Portobello, no burlap. This burlap just about gave up its ghost here. Oop, not using the pink one. Let's lay this back on here and see if we can make it a little bit darker. I am just going to hold it because I did not get a piece of tape out. Darken this up a little bit if we can see it better. Yep, we can see it better. Sometimes all it needs is just a little bit of a darker color. We can see it a little bit better. And again, I'm okay with it because it is chippy. It is rubbed off a little bit. I'm going to take some of this Waverly wax and put over it. If it is too dark in a place, all we got to do is use some water and wipe it back. I'm not doing as much on the pink in the middle. I am more or less doing the outside. Like I said, I want these to look like they've been around for a while. And this one looks really chippy. I want to chippy it really, or distress it really good on the edges. Pour me a little bit in my lid here. All I'm doing is I'm just taking it out of the lid. That one got a little bit dark, but we can wipe it with water. Go wipe it back. I'm just more or less doing the edges and leaving the middle. Gotta go a little bit over the middle because otherwise it won't look authentic if your middle is really clean. I just love the way the Chippy turned out. That is really pretty. Now it looks authentically old, like an old aged sign. Oop, I'm going to do the bottom. And you don't have to do this. If you like it the way it is, nice, crisp, and clean, then leave it nice, crisp, and clean. There is no right or wrong. There's nowhere where it says you have to do it this way. So don't fret if this is not your style. If you don't like that distressed look, you don't have to do it. And see, I applied it mainly to the edges and just dragged a little bit over the middle. Let me close this up before I make a mess. And I'm going to clean my hands real quick. I'm just going to use a plain jute string to put in there. You dry this real quick. Irish, Scottish, German, Swedish, and French. Wow, that's awesome. That is exciting. I'm going to dry these off a little bit. This one looked like an old metal sign to me that is flaking off. I love how these turned out. You guys got time for me to see if I can, I don't even know if I want to put any, we can play with the bow to see, but I don't know if I want to put a bow on here. Some of this stuff out of the way. I think I'm just going to put a bow on 2 of them and leave the other 2 just for time's sake, and then we can decide on whether we want to do a bow or not. Would help if I take this thing out. And I've already cut the materials. It is really skinny little pieces. Because I didn't want nothing huge on there. I just want a little. This will be the green side. I've got a green and a pink. Got a tan striped, a brownish striped Osnaburg, my notes, a green, mixed green, I'm going to do these little fluffy things. And I'm going to end with the notes. I think that is enough. I don't think I want anything too much in here. I did not turn my hot glue gun on, so we're gonna have to pretend it is glued on if we want to put it on. And just fiddle with it a little bit and pull all the colors out. Nothing big, nothing major. And once we have our jute on here, we can just put it on the, like that. Let's do the other one, the pink one, real quick. And then you guys can, oops. And then you guys can tell me if we want to put it on all of them or just one of them. I think since there's 3, it might look kind of cool to just have it on one of them. Thank you. I love the aged look too. I thought it would be kind of cool. I'm afraid a little bit much. And do another set of the browns. This is what that color looks like. Let's see, I don't know if I put the same amount on here or not. And you can mess with it a little bit more than what I'm doing right now. And pull it to where it looks better. Somehow or another I've got more bow on one side than I have on the other side. Give it a little haircut. And this will be the one for the pink one. Thank you. You would do all of them? Let's see. I know Essential Stencil had the bigger jute strings to go in here. I just got to find another one. I don't. Nope, I do have 3 here. Just kidding. Just kidding. I forgot another one. I just thought those bows were kind of cute. And I even got some buttons. I might add a little button on there. What are some other ideas you can do with these besides like a dough bowl or a, and see, then you can just glue it on right there on that edge. I'm just going to tie it on for right now so we can see what it looks like. That would be the green side. And then that would be the pink side. And you won't be able to see the green side because they're going to be glued on in the same space. If I could tie this one on, we wouldn't even have to glue it. We could literally just tie them on. I think that is cute, and I will glue these on. I'm not going to leave them like that. That is all I have this evening. We went over a little bit, but not too bad. So we have Be Mine with the cute, and I might come in with gold and paint the heart gold, with a cute shamrock clover dandelion. We have February 14th and Lucky. So we have decoration for both holidays. And gold this way and Love You More. And I think they will look really cool together displayed. Thank you. Oh, a wreath, yes. They would look good in a wreath. Didn't even think about that. You can also add them to something else. A wreath is a great idea, but if you have like a banner or something, you can add them to it. Great job. I do not draw names anymore. I am just going to randomly, maybe every quarter or at the end of the year, just pick some names, whoever is on, and send out some happy mail. So I will not draw names anymore at the moment, but I will still do some happy mail. So stay tuned, keep watching, and I appreciate you guys. And which one is your favorite? The pink, the green, and February 14th, Lucky, Be Mine, and the dandelion shamrock. I know this is very faint, but I really love the way that turned out. Or the Love You More, or Gold This Way. You guys gonna have to vote. Tell me which one your favorite is. Good night, good evening. Essential Stencil. Monday should be Amanda coming on. Today's Monday, right? Hop over to the green dandelion. I love that little dandelion. It is adorable. Hop on over to the Essential Stencil page and check out what they are doing over there. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And I will see you next time I hop on.